All right, I want to check this out.
Chris Matthews, take one. Mark.
This is Casey Wu, take one. Mark.
I was told that I can just be my authentic self, Chris.
For 6 years, I don't want to be in front of a camera.
There's so much to do and so much fun to be.
Hey, I know that guy.
Play Halo that I feel like I never run out of things to do.
I love intricate
Juznik, or
stories that
however you say his name.
across lots of different worlds, have lots of different meaningful characters.
What made Halo successful at the beginning? What is the legacy of Halo, and what's the soul that we want to bring forward, and what's the craft of making Halo games, and how do we set our students?
I really hope that they can like actually bring back the feeling of like what Halo felt like back then, because it was like so shattering, like groundbreaking stuff. Like it was insane. So if that's what they're talking about here,
Best to go deliver on that.
if that's what they're talking about, that's crazy. Like if they can actually pull something off.
When I first heard about Halo moving to Unreal Engine, my first thought was this is going to be a really hard.
So it's coming on Unreal Engine?
Fans are going to be excited about the future of Halo because of the possibilities that are afforded us by using Unreal.
Before, we really had to split our focus in thinking about building an engine, supporting it, being really kind of a tech company and a studio at the same time. Since we've made the change to shift to UE, we can bring Halo.
So I think that's a massive thing. If they're coming to Unreal Engine, I think that's huge for Halo, and I think they could do some pretty cool stuff, right? Because like Unreal Engine is like just the superior engine to run any game on right now. So if they're finally like, you know, walking away from their old engine that it just isn't there anymore, I think that's huge. I think it's huge.
Go forward in ways that people have never seen before while still being true to what Halo is.
The Foundry project was...
I like that she said still being true to what Halo is.
We can push things using Unreal 5.
New studio art director Chris came to me and said, hey, I have this crazy idea.
He said, hey, there's this thing called Project Foundry that I want to do. Let's make it happen.
Foundry.
Foundry specifically is based around the same concept of the Foundry in Halo lore. It's the place where Halo rings are born. It's not a game, it's a research project for our studio so we can prepare ourselves for the next steps of making Halo games.
Wow. Definitely still has a Halo vibe. Okay, that looks cool. I like that. I like that. Oh, the flood. Oh my gosh, that looks good.
The original Halo franchise.
Okay, so from what I'm understanding, what we're seeing right now, that is like a world they've created so that they can explore Halo, and they're going to develop the games based off of that. So they're going to essentially dive into the Halo universe and get as much knowledge as they can to actually create the games and make it feel like Halo, which is absolutely insane. Because I do worry that like being in Unreal Engine 5, like I hope that it doesn't feel like every other game, you know, because Halo has its own feel. It's very unique to a lot of other first-person shooters. So I feel like if they do that and actually keep Halo's authenticity, I think that's huge. And then also bring in a battle royale, you know, just like give it a battle royale and the game will be a success.
It's a graphic showcase. It was best in class. That's what Halo was when it first was released, and that's what Halo needs to be again.
It was. All right, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. A New Dawn.
So once Project Foundry had been approved, we took the entire creative team and we ideated on 3 locations, something old, something new, and something really alien.
We had the Pacific Northwest, which is sort of traditional Halo vibe.
Very Halo-esque. Yep. Massive Halo vibes for sure.
There is humanly possible to make it really feel like you're on a hike in the, Cascades.
The Cold Land.
I don't really care if I'm on a hike, but I like it.
Showcase where we could play with
this looks good. Do you see the shadows down at the bottom? Do you see that? Like the reflection? Like that looks good. I mean, I feel like you see that in Unreal Engine 5 already, but I mean that looks good. It looks good with the ring in the background. I like it.
Landscapes and terrains.
I like it.
Unreal affords us more opportunity.
That ice looks incredible.
You know, on the surface, it might just look all like snow, but how many layers of things combined?
Even the
to
Banshee
really
looks
give
good.
that winter look.
And then our third biome was the Blightlands, which is any land.
I love
that's
that.
been
I love
completely
this.
Taken over by the flood.
I would really like to see them like lean into the flood and like making it almost, I don't know if necessarily they have to make every game go with that direction, but like if they could essentially make a horror Halo game where you kind of lean more into the flood and give that vibe, I feel like that would be insanely popular. I don't think like every game going forward, or like maybe let's say maybe they do like a battle royale and they have like a version of the battle royale that's like the flood, you know, something of that nature. I think that would be crazy huge because the flood is such a cool concept of Halo that I feel like hasn't really been explored to the extent it could be. You know, I feel like there could be a lot more from the flood.
Express an alien world, a really alien world, taking something way further than
I like this. I like that they're doing this.
previous Halo games.
What's impressed me about watching the Halo team work in Unreal is how beautiful everything looks, how incredible the environment.
It does look good. I mean, it looks good.
I've seen anything quite like it in Unreal Engine before.
Fortunately, we have a studio that's really passionate about Halo, about the look and the feel.
That right there, that's huge. Having a team that's actually passionate about Halo and what it looks like and feels like that's massive, you know? Like, I feel like from after Halo 3, really when it wasn't Bungie anymore, I feel like it just kind of crumbled. It fell apart, and there's no like real identity to Halo. It just kind of feels like other games. So that's huge.
I think there's a lot of hunger to really collaborate, to move forward together.
Foundry was an initiative that touched on every part of the creative process. Everything from concept art, VFX, characters, vehicles, and weapons to make the future games of Halo.
Creating an asset, taking this
Okay.
design, now
Okay, now that
into material foundations.
looks good.
What is it actually?
That looks good.
Physically accurate to the world. Now we get to
Oh my
take all
gosh.
the wonderful legacy assets that we have.
I don't know about the sword. I don't know. I feel like that could use some work. That could use some work for sure. Dang, the detail on the armor though. Chief does look good.
Excited to be not just working on multiple projects, but also expanding our studio.
As a lifelong Halo player, I think the game's only going to get better when we get those new, unique perspectives and people bring in their expertise and passion for the Halo franchise.
We are looking for new talent as the projects that we're working on kind of get further and further.
There you go, guys. Go apply for a job in Halo.
It's great to be part of a team that's growing because you can kind of see that force multiplied as people come in and take on challenges, and you can do more.
Imagine a place where you have the commitment that this is what we want to do, Halo games, and create those experiences.
That's what they need. I feel like 343 has kind of gotten away from that. Like that's not their focus. I feel like, you know, Halo's kind of just fell by the wayside. And the fact that from what I understand, they're actually creating an entire studio based on Halo. Like the entire studio is for Halo. So like that means they're actually dedicated to making good Halo stuff, which we need. We need it.
Your talent, your creativity, and your professional ambitions in that place.
We're looking for designers, we're looking for artists, we're looking for...
There you go, guys.
It feels like a new beginning.
Maybe I'll
for the
apply.
studio in a lot of ways, and I think that's pretty rare.
And I think we arrived now at a point where you see the beginnings of people to start.
That dude sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Am I wrong? Like 100%.
Believe in the process.
There's
That's
so
crazy.
much momentum that we have right now, and focus and clarity on not just what we're building, but why we're building. And
Well, there's not momentum off of Halo Infinite, but maybe momentum within your studio.
that we're going after.
The potential at Halo right now is huge.
Halo Infinite was the last remnants of how we made Halo games in the past. That was our recipe. And what we are doing right now, we're changing that recipe.
You need to change it. A New Dawn. I mean, they need to change it. Because like after Halo 3, like I said, it fell off. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I don't know. I don't think they've announced like any plans for exactly what they're doing, but I'm excited. I think this could be huge.